G'day everyone, Artist Wayne and Jacqui here, and in this episode we visit the South Australian outback town of Yunta. We sneak back into New South Wales after being away for 6 months and explore the famous central western New South Wales gold mining town of Cobar. And Jacqui and I get to catch up with two very special friends. Well, after spending 3 months here in the glorious Flinders Ranges and being on the road for a year and a half now, Jacqui and I were finally heading back towards New South Wales. After leaving New South Wales 6 months ago, it feels like such a long time, when we followed the Darling River down to the Murray, travelled and explored the seafood frontier, and then hit the spectacular Flinders Ranges. We now found ourselves heading closer to home. You see, wife Jacqui had organised to do a stint of nursing in the New South Wales town of Merriwar, and after that she and I would be looking after a farm. And I must say we were super excited about that, because we would be reunited once again with one of our favourite dogs, Pero. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself, because first Jacqui and I needed to get to Yunta. It's a quaint little town that is a service centre supporting both the local area and travellers passing through on the Barrier Highway. It lies southwest of Broken Hill and northeast of Peterborough. A 300-kilometre drive that I must say we were not looking forward to, because we hate long drives. And as we pass through the town of Orroroo, or however you pronounce it, on this long journey of ours, well, today we were just taking our time and taking turns at driving. And once we arrived in the town of Peterborough, well, we probably could have pushed on all the way through to Broken Hill. But where's the fun in that? Not when you can spend the night in a little town you've never visited before. Which brings us to the quaint, small country town of Yunta. With its free little camp spot by the railway and a pub across the road, it would be the perfect place for an overnight stay. And yes, the pub served delicious meals. Time for a little rest and relaxation as Jacqui and I played Rummio and watched the trains go by. We were well over halfway to Broken Hill now, and tomorrow would only have around 200 kilometres to drive before finally being reunited with our Broken Hill besties, Jim and Bev. The landscape which now surrounded us had changed dramatically since leaving the Flinders Ranges this morning. And the following morning everything would flatten out as we got closer and closer to New South Wales. Once Jacqui and I arrived in the very run-down looking border between New South Wales and South Australia, it wouldn't be long and we'd be arriving in Broken Hill to catch up with Jim and Bev, the famous caretakers at the Broken Hill Racecourse Campground. The best place to stay by far when visiting beautiful outback Broken Hill. We were back in good old New South Wales. What a surreal moment. Here we are back in Broken Hill after having lived here for a month, and we've left. It's been 6 months. 6 months of travel, and we are finally back to go and visit Bev and the Rev. Hee. This time around, Jacqui and I didn't want to camp in our caravan because we felt our relationship with Jim and Bev had now been elevated to VIP status. So Jacqui and I asked them if they would share the cottage with us. That afternoon, the first job Jacqui and I had was to wash off the 50 kilos of desert, dirt, dust and mud we had accumulated over the last 6 months. Oh, I can't tell you how good it felt to have the mighty Ram looking all sparkly, shining and new. However, The very next day, we had dramas with it.
Car won't start.
The poor Ram's battery was dead, and we needed a replacement. But I'll tell you what, Jacqui and I certainly felt lucky. Only 2 days ago we were in the Flinders Ranges, and because it's so isolated, if it had have happened there, it really would have been a big drama. So out with the old, and in with the new. What's the best thing to put in your engine bay to stop rats and mice from getting in there and chewing wires?
Baits, the green baits, tie them to zip ties and whack them around. Whack them anywhere where you've got like holes, so whack some here, and a hole there around your battery, so down in here, down in that corner, and down in this corner, whack them there.
Alright, I'll do that. I'll go to timeline.
We had rats living under the engine bay,
Yep,
and they actually had a little nest there, so you can see.
yep. Yeah, so if there was once there, put something around here as well. Tie it to, like, you've got a hole here, so put a zip tie there and tie it to there as well. Alright.
Yeah, but the NRMA will come to us anyway.
Yes. Yep.
They will they?
Yep.
Rain, snow, sleet,
Yep.
floods.
Oh no, floods depending. if we're not allowed on the road, we can't come.
Yeah.
If the road's blocked off or closed, then we can't come. That's what we're here for.
Alright, cheers, see ya. Bev,
Nice to meet you.
this video is about us, not you. Alright.
He's full of himself, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about him.
Oh, now here's Jim. Tell you what.
The ram died.
Yeah,
I thought
the ram
rams
died.
The ram died.
Once the new battery was in the big blue beast, we relaxed into the Broken Hill lifestyle. Bev and I would get up early in the morning to walk around the golf course, and then we'd check on the horses and their trainers.
Yeah, mate.
Good mate, how are you? All before breakfast.
Morning. This is how we drink coffee in the morning at Broken Hill.
Jacqui and I got to do the things we missed out on the last time we were here in Broken Hill, like visiting the Jack Absalom Gallery. Jack was an Australian artist, author and adventurer, with an extensive range of paintings, limited edition prints and books for sale, not to mention a beautifully designed opal display which is absolutely magnificent. Some of those, yeah. That is magnificent. The Jack Absalom Gallery is a must-see when visiting Broken Hill. We're on the art trail here at Ramban Man with the locals. Another fantastic art gallery here is The Shed. It's full of amazing works. It's cold this morning.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to have the first one
Alright.
because
Because why?
You like it weak?
Why? Because I like it weak. Oh, beautiful. Just like how I love it. Ooh. It's the lady from the Blue Mountains.
Country hospitality at its finest. But it wasn't all beer and skittles. Oh no, Jim and I had to work. I mean, I had to earn my keep somehow. Oh, Jim,
Let's go, mate.
go to work. Each and every afternoon, Jim and I would do the bin run, where we'd often find tasty food scraps and other gems. Anything to eat, Jim? Jacqui and I were really settling into this laid-back lifestyle, where each night we'd dine out at one of the many famous restaurants here in Broken Hill. And sometimes we'd celebrate the birthday of someone special. And each day Jacqui and I were here living with Jim and Bev in beautiful outback Broken Hill. Well, each day it felt more and more like home. But sadly, like all wonderful things, they must come to an end. Why the long face? And for the second time in Jim and Bev's life, Jacqui and I had to leave them, devastated and heartbroken.
There they go.
How long did they stay with us?
Oh,
that
seemed
was
like
a long
forever,
time. They got.
but yeah.
They've left the heat. Yay! Woohoo! Back to normal.
Yay!
Oh, the homeless
High
man's
five.
left.
They're gone. They're gone.
I'll miss Jacqui though.
Yeah. Well, Wayne was good for, like...
For what?
I'll have to think about that.
Jacqui and I didn't get far when for the second time we lost our side mirror. Oh dear, this is the second time this has happened. At least we don't have 7 years bad luck.
It's a wonder it didn't get run over.
Now Jacqui and I were backtracking through some towns we had previously stayed at so long ago. And because I started collecting fridge magnets halfway through our trip, we were able to collect them on the way in the towns I had previously missed out on. And after passing hundreds of feral goats, we finally arrived in the gold mining town of Cobar, the crossroads of the outback. We settled in at the Cobar Caravan Park and then checked out our options for an evening feed. We've arrived in Cobar. It's been a massively long drive for Jacqui and I, so we are going to head into town and have ourselves a succulent Chinese meal. And what a meal it was! The local bowling club is the place to go. And before hitching up the caravan the following day, Jacqui and I decided to do a little exploring here in beautiful Cobar, where we found out what it was like to work in a mine back in the old days. And more importantly, what we'd get paid, depending on the job we did.
Don't look.
I'm not.
A kappa.
Another fantastic museum showcasing the history of Australia. Go and collect your pay.
Yeah, I'm a tapper. So, let's have a look and see. My jobs list. I'm a tapper at the Great Cobar copper mine. My work is in the smelter and includes pouring the molten metal into moulds. Your job is very hot, very hard and very dangerous. It's not a job for you, love.
No.
For 1 day's work of 8 hours, not including crib time, you receive 9 shillings, which is 90 cents. There you go. What's your job,
I was
love?
a kappa. I was a harder worker. And then glasses on. I was a kappa at the Great Cobar copper mine, blah blah blah, working in the smelter. The ore was processed and turned into copper ingots. I fed ore into the furnaces. It's very dirty and dangerous. Highly dangerous. I got 9 shillings and I got 94 cents, so I earned more than you, which is probably what should have happened because I'm a harder worker. Jacqui and I left the Cobar Caravan Park because today we would be arriving in Merriwar. And I have to say, it was a strange feeling that Jacqui and I had, considering we were leaving the Australian outback after camping in it for so long. Perhaps we were leaving a part of us behind. Of course, we had to stop off in Nyngan to say hello to the big bogan. It was 7 months ago that we had camped here for 8 days by the beautiful Bogan River. Come on, Jacqui, say hello to the big Bogan.
Hello.
And once we left Nyngan, the gateway to the outback, I must say we really did feel a little sad. But it's always exciting for what's to come. So now I guess it's time to give our past week a score. It really does feel like the end of an era. I mean, it took us an entire year just to get out of New South Wales. We spent the past 6 months travelling through Victoria, South Australia, and the gorgeous and beautiful Flinders Ranges. And now we have finally left the Australian outback. But it is exciting to be farm sitting soon, because we will be spending 3 months in one place, and we will be reunited with one of our favourite dogs, Pero. As for the past week, well, I was going to give it a lowly 3 for all the terrible travelling we had to do, but because we got to catch up with our Broken Hill besties, Jim and Bev, it's a big 5 out of 5 from me. What about you, Jacqui?
Well, I think you've summed it up really well, Wayne. I'd just like to say though that the Flinders Ranges was absolutely amazing, brilliant, and catching up with Bev and the Rev was just fantastic in Broken Hill. So I'm going to give our score, as usual, a 5 out of 5. So
hit the like and subscribe button, because I'm Artist Wayne.
And I'm Jacqui. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.